Morning, folks. Excuse me. 7:15 a.m. Friday, July 8th. 7:16 a.m. Friday, July 8th. 7:16, 6, 1, 7, 6, intuition, 1, for the self, 7, spiritual knowledge. So what's spiritual knowledge? It must be about religion. No, folks, it's not about religion or anything. Damn. Sorry, I'm just having a hard time. Anyway, one sec. Spirit is sentient energy. That's all. There's no religion behind it. It's energy that has become sentient. There's no God, Messiah, or any other bullshit attached to it. It's just spirit that is aware, energy that's aware of itself, that is sentient, is what we call life, a being. That's about everything. Becoming more aware, using their abilities, and folks, the stronger your abilities are, the better you're going to see and feel everything going on around you. Have more of your own truth. Be more aware of the truth and what other people say, and help other people as they will help you in understanding what's going on. I got a thing going on in my head right now. Part of me's working on the conscious side of my brain. So tired of this. Anyway, this I think it was June, just recently, of this year, that Corey was talking about some teardrop ships that came out around the Antarctica, came out of the water, and triangular ships forced it back into the water. I need to explain to you what happened, what's going on, and what's going to happen. If I knew something was going to happen, and it's about the whereabouts of good people who need protection, I ain't going to say crap. Now, having said that, I don't know exactly where they're going to go as far as when they come back out. But if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. If it pops in my head, I won't tell you. Why would I do that? If I care about these people, why the hell would I say that? I wouldn't. When I go looking at you folks and having consults and stuff, when I first started waking up getting stronger, I meant to say this in my last video, and I floated off. I used to see so much stuff, and then some of that was taken away from me in my fight with the original first being, male and female. There's a male that did it while I was sleeping. Kick them when they're down, you know. Here's your God for you. They were sick. So glad they're dead. Anyway, the problem is that I've always been able to see a lot. And I see stuff going through your head sometimes, but over a short period of time, I just learned to filter it out. It's none of my business. I don't want to know. That's your personal life. Why would I want that? I don't want anyone bothering my personal life, you know, and for the most part they don't. But why would I not be the same way with you? And I do have this desire to protect everything I can. I want to protect that too. That's your right. You know, that's your personal. But especially when it entails saving good people, protecting them. That's paramount. If someone wants to bring that, if someone knew that and brought it out, then they'd be wanting to make something about themselves. And if they care so much about their own supposed glory or something, attention, like look at me, and then the other people get hurt by it, then they suck. Point blank. So, of course, I'm telling you how I feel about things. You can feel any way you want. Isn't that your freedom? So, anyway. Actually, you all have much more freedom of thought now than you ever did. So anyway, let's get back to what's going on. These teardrop ships that were coming out of the Antarctic, they were large. Okay? They were wanting to leave. They were a really cool race. I don't have names for them. Now, Corey, he's got names for these folks. People that know me know I never get names for diddly squat. They have to tell me. Anyway, and the names that Corey has are the names that the people are giving us to call them. Like the original Greys are Sepoians. Good boy, Herky, honey. I'll finish up quick, okay? You right, buddy? You want to lay down? You like that bed right there? No? I love you, buddy. I'll just be a few minutes, okay? So anyway, they called Serpoians. They themselves said, call us Serpoians. Folks, that's what's going on with Corey. I told you, this thing with Corey, I've been backing him a long time, but when there was an issue somewhere, I brought it up. And like I've always said, it's never been Corey, it's what he's being fed. He's been softly cranked up. He's getting stronger. He's gonna... Good boy, Herky, honey. I love you, buddy. He's gonna... His abilities are gonna start increasing more. Okay? And, he's gonna be stronger. Tyr will never lie to him. You know, he's shown him an image of what he looks like, but, folks, the Antids, to give up a little piece of their honor in order to initiate what has to happen, us here on this planet, meeting them, excuse me, love my coffee, but sometimes it doesn't love me. Good boy, Herky. That says a lot of a people, to be willing to do that, because they understand the importance of us learning more about the Antids. They've been part of our family for so long. They have protected the human race 7 different times on this planet, and now they're going for 8. They're awesome. They're just not very human looking, okay? They're Antids. You've never felt better heart energy, okay? But anyway, you need to know about this. Okay, Corey was talking about how these ships were coming out of the ocean around the Antarctic, and then a bunch of triangular craft were shooting at them, forcing them back down into the water. Yeah, that was not too good a move. Let me explain that. Okay, those triangular craft, those are the things that Corey goes running around on. He calls them shuttles. Yeah, that's what he goes on. This is part of the secret space program. Ooh, yeah. That's the governments working together? Or is it the government's being told what to do? Where'd they get the spacecraft anyway? Couldn't be from the Anoninnies here on the planet. The Anunnakis that are buttheads, that are killing people, slaughtering them, making sure enough of them die, regulate their food harvest. Sometimes. They don't always eat us. It is a big thing with some of the top folk, though. So anyway, so all the governments work together on that. Isn't that incredible? It's almost like something's controlling them. Okay, think. Chemtrails, poisoning us, all over the planet. All the governments do it. Gee, it's almost like they're getting information. They're being told what to do by a central source, and filters downward. Anonini. Big difference between the Anunnaki and the Anoninni. You get a couple of jerk-headed humans go to another planet and cause problems. all Earthlings are not bad just because of those schmucks. Okay, folks, this is coming. I'm trying to prepare you for this. I'm trying to let you know what the hell's going on. Those other small triangular craft, every time you see one, your governments, they're your enemy. They, at this moment, are your enemy. Until the Anunnaki are taken off this planet, the Anoninis are taken off this planet, those triangular ships are your enemies. They want to stage a small war where they would attack you, your major cities, with those things, and bring martial law down on everyone. 2010 is when that first started to come out. 2009, they thought they pretty much had it summed up, but didn't know how they wanted to go about it. Excuse me, and they were waiting on other things to happen. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's past history. But on those ships, that race of beings it's basically one race of beings that has these ships. They're taller than Serpoians. They kind of look like Serpoians and Illyrians, kind of mixed together, but a little smoother. They're taller than the Greys. They're actually a little taller than the Illyrians. But they're very gracious caretakers. They're explorers. But what they like to explore more than anything else, it's like science, medicine. I mean, they're an incredible benevolent race. I talked a little bit about it on Facebook. I don't know if my thing there is J. Essex or John Essex. I've had to filter back and forth dealing with all those idiots. But they're really cool people, and they're very slender. Anyway, they want to get off this planet because they know there's about to be some big stuff coming down, folks. I've been talking about this for years. They also have some important prisoners, ex-prisoners on there that they want to take home too. They want to get them out of here. Again, a very benevolent race. So now they're underwater. There's some other ships that are watching them from the Anoninis here, from your governments. And then, their surveillance through satellites and stuff. There's ships all over. There's those triangular ships. They're all over Antarctica and all over the place. So it's nothing for them to take off quick to go after them. So when a ship that big, it takes a while to get out of the water and get into the air. Anyway, you need to know what's going on there. It just might happen. I've got to really be careful what I say. It just might happen that they wind up eventually coming out in a place that's a little more populated than they want to. Maybe not. That's their decision. They haven't made it yet. I've been talking with some family members about something coming up here in another couple of weeks. It has to do with protection from the other side, and stuff's going to be stopped. Those people are going to leave here. The Anoninis here want to use this benevolent race plus the prisoners on there. They want to use them as a shield to protect themselves. Take a big ship like that, you put it over one of your own installations, and then when another ship, one of the good guys from space comes in, they can't attack the excuse me, the facility that they're trying to protect. You know, it's like using a human shield, as the humans here do. Have a human shield for wartime. Folks, it's all insane. So when you see those triangular ships, until the Anoninis are defeated and pulled out of here in chain, if not killed, until that happens, those things are your enemy. This secret space program, ooh, no, those are a bunch of ninnies except for some of the people there. When it's time, when the people of this planet are ready, antis will walk among us. And when you see them, once they're known for who they are, when you see them, it's a bit of a shock. But if you're awake, you'll feel their hearts. You'll feel them coming before you can ever see them. They might start talking to you. I'm coming. Don't get worried. And you just feel that love as they come up. Boom, there they are. Some of them more loving than others, but and like any other race, you have good and bad, but they're benevolent. They have rules and regs they go by. You need to know who those big ships are. You need to know who those triangular craft are, who's behind both of them, and what's going on. That's very important for you to have, or at least to have a record of it now, for what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. What's going to happen this month. So, I just wanted to say that. Sometimes it's sad when you actually can see everything that's wrong with creation that's in front of you, stuff going on. What's wrong with people's lives, what's happening everywhere, how it came to be. Let me ask you something though, because like a lot of people, it's like, oh, I don't want to know that. I don't want to have that knowledge. I want to be free to think these lies. Everything's fine. Wow, I don't want to be like that. How can you make good decisions? How can you be yourself? How can you move forward as a person, as an individual, as a family, as a creation, with lies, with eyes closed? You can't. It's almost like when animals and people have seizures. They literally, their brains fade away. They're mentally gone for a minute, and when they have bad seizures, they can actually hurt themselves, and all of a sudden they come aware again and they're hurt. They were fine one moment, and then now all of a sudden they're hurt, and they have no idea what happened. I've seen that in people, animals. It makes me feel like crap that I can't fix that. I've only been able to heal a few people. There's someone that's very special to me that has seizures. Everyone's special to me. And to look at her and feel into her, and not be able to heal her, to fix her, that's just fracking wrong. That's not what I wanted to say, but that'll do. An innocent child, an innocent animal, they're so abused anyway. There's your loving God. Pray to him. Go ahead. Waste your time. Me, I prefer to know what the hell's going on. Nothing against an ostrich, but I'm not putting my head in the sand. Period. All right. Well, folks, I just want to tell you what's going on with those ships, and I'm thankful that Corey's bringing all this stuff out. Folks, Corey and Ta'ir are going to do a lot of wonderful things together. So are a lot of y'all. I've had consults with a lot of you talking about stuff you're about to deal with, starships and stuff. I didn't make that stuff up. You already paid for the consult, so there's not much a reason to think that. So, but I'll tell you what, the stronger your abilities are, the more you can look me right in the eye and have a feeling of what's going on. Actually, you don't have to be lit up to know that anyway. Oh yeah, before I go, Corey started talking about the helicopters that come down to the house, and they aim that, and they tilt down and look at you, go right in there. Ann had that happen at her house. I had it happen right over there in my neighbor's yard. She's got some big trees that go around like this, and then there's nothing right here where it gets near the house. Well, Ann was outside and she heard the helicopter. Ann's power level is through the roof. Okay, we have our governments major governments have equipment where they can actually read that energy, and it does put out heat. And they literally, Ann went outside and she was looking at it. And they're so close, I swear you can take a stone and throw it at them. They're that close. It's like those prop blades are a little too close to me. Excuse me. It's funny. They read you with their equipment. They look at you. A little black helicopters, just like an Apache, but it's modified. Okay, you can look at it and say, okay, this is not normal. And so Ann looked at him. She got a little scared. She's that's kind of normal. When they popped over here at my house, I was out there with Okie. I had Okie then. He's the coolest dog in the world. I mean, they all are. But, and I was out there and I was looking over there and it came down lower and lower. And I'm looking at it, standing there with Okie. And then they got down lower and then he tilted and they're looking right at me. And I went out there. I said, they're reading me. They're watching. There's all this red, orange stuff glowing everywhere and everything. I looked at them. And I just stared at them. And I'm just like this. Like, what do you want? You're looking at them. And then they didn't move. They just stayed there. I don't know. A couple of minutes. And I just went, screw you. And I went inside the house. I got tired of playing and then they took off. It's so funny. And then, so now Corey's, getting buzzed a little bit. Folks, it's just a bunch of ninnies. Don't even think twice. People worry so much when they see a helicopter. Oh, they're coming after me. They're watching me. No, for Pete's sake, they're watching with satellites. Okay, they're not going to waste the money on the fuel for the helicopters. Not flying around like that. They got other stuff that they do. Okay. Worry winds up your DNA, cuts off your immune system, your abilities. Do everything you can not to worry. Okay? What does worrying get you? Where does it get you? It freaks you out a little bit and makes you less able to handle a situation. So why should you be worried? Why? Don't be worried, because if you do need to react to a situation, you need to be strong about it. If you keep that thought process in your head and there's nothing messing with you, it'll help you slowly over time get over fears. Folks, you're going to have a lot of help with this from your spirit guides, from Ara, Lily, the original first angels that are still hanging around. Wait till you see more of them coming back. Man, they're strong. They're going to help you the way they probably always wanted to, but never could because they were made servants. So anyway, Corey Goode, he's got a lot of protection. He is covered. He might as well be walking around in this steel suit that's about 2-inch thick steel. Folks, I love you, man. Hey, buddy, little bird. Just kind of, I gotta hurry up and go. All right, thank you. And so happy I got the message. Just like, okay, thanks. All right, folks. Look, I love you, man. Take care. Wait till you find out the part of who you are, how you fit into creation, birds, everything. We communicate. We're live. Creation is alive, folks, and you're part of it. It's the coolest thing in the world, man. Just like you. You'll find out. I love you, man. Have a good one. Hey, folks. How we doing? It's Friday, July 8th, 1:54 p.m. This is to go to a video I made this morning when I was talking about the teardrop ships that were being shot at by the Earthen Space Force. Well, like a space farce. The different members of the SSP secret space program. These ships, these large ships that have these wonderful, incredibly benevolent folks on them, different beings, and a few prisoners, some important prisoners that have been freed on from the planet. The intention is the Anonini, the problematic Anunnaki on the planet that run our planet and destroy it. They're the ones that coordinate. They're the ones that control the chemtrails on you, the pollution of the whole planet, everything. Their intention is to use these large ships and put them over base installations in the ground, in the water, where they have installations. Just cover them, use them as what we would call human shields. I think I said something about it in the other video, but I don't know. I needed to re-say it if I didn't. That's their intention. They know it's coming. Okay, the Drog have sectioned off this whole area. Everything from Jupiter on in here. Nothing's coming and going without their approval. From Mars outward, big issues. From Mars inward, it's locked in. Outside of Mars, in here, we're locked in. So, all dimensions, everything. So anyway, that's that. Those triangular craft are the shuttlecraft. They're from the Earth. They're given to us, so to speak, by the Anunnaki. We make them. They give us the plans, materials, everything we need. It's a human that brings it, but it all comes from the Anunnaki. Anyway, I need to get that in there. Have a good one.